Hi, it's a pleasure to meet you online today. My name is Jacques Dulac. I am co-founder and CEO of Wigo Trade. Some of you may know me because I am involved in SAP Business One projects since many years. For 30 years, my team and I have been IT specialists dedicated to the supply chain management and optimization. We have developed a platform that is the result of our knowledge of the supply chain management and the latest advances in technology. In partnership with Forgestic, we have developed a complete integration of the Wigo Trade platform to SAP Business One. The goal of my presentation today will be to introduce you to Wigo Trade. We will see how Wigo Trade can become your customer portal fully integrated with SAP Business One. We will explore how Wigo Trade can manage the full order to cash process with your customers from the purchase orders creation to the invoices and up to the online payments of your customers. I will also introduce you to the Wigo Trade modules for sales representatives and delivery persons, which are integrated to SAP Business One as well. With the collaboration of Forgestic, we have put in place a demo environment of Wigo Trade integrated to SAP Business One. So I will be able to show you the full process of and the interaction with SAP Business One. First, a few words about our marketplace, Wigo Trade. So what is initially Wigo Trade? So at first, we developed Wigo Trade as a B2B marketplace. So our goal is to facilitate and optimize all the exchanges between you as a distributor, as a manufacturer, with the buyer, so your direct customers. So the goal for the customers is to be able to use a platform as easily as Amazon, for example. So instead of having to take the phone and waiting 20 minutes online to order your products, they can use Wigo Trade application on their mobile phone, and they can easily order your products as they would be on Amazon for B2C, for example. So it's a marketplace. So there's two sides of the platform. There's a vendor side and the buyer side. On the vendor side, we have manufacturers, distributors, wholesalers, and brokers. And on the buyer side, we have your customers. So the retailers, grocery stores, convenience stores, restaurants, plumber, electricians, and so on. And like you understood, the goal is to bring the B2B processes and is to bring the B2C business into the B2B exchanges and processes. So I have a problem with my remote connection. So I will just want to be sure. I will take a look after a while to my connection to SAP. So let's continue with the Wigo Trade presentation. So like I told you, Wigo Trade was at first a B2B marketplace, but since a few years, we have developed a lot of different modules around our B2B marketplace. So first, we have the direct ordering functionality for your buyer. So your buyer, like I told you, the restaurant and so on, they can buy directly on Wigo Trade, and then we do the connection with SAP Business One. We have solution for online invoicing and payment as well. So we can, for example, receive invoices from SAP, present those invoices to your customer, and they can pay your invoices online. We have module for sales rep and modules for delivery person as well to manage direct store delivery. So all those functionality are as well integrated to SAP Business One. Something important is the white label version, because WeGoTrade is a full B2B marketplace that can be used as a white label version. You can have your own marketplace. So you have two choices. You can be on WeGoTrade, the marketplace, or you can use the WeGoTrade technology to build your own marketplace on which you will control all the vendors, all the buyers. So it will be your marketplace with your name and color that will be available as an application on the App Store and Google Play Store. And for sure, everything is integrated to SAP Business One. So a few numbers about WeGoTrade. So far, the WeGoTrade powered marketplace. So that means marketplace WeGoTrade and the white label marketplace. So we have so far around 17,000 users. So mainly buyers, and we have around more than 100 vendors on the platform. We have, to continue with the numbers, we have around 1.2 million purchase order to our platform on a yearly basis. And we have around $800 million in gross merchandise volume, meaning that there is for $800 million of purchasing on WeGoTrade powered marketplace. Like I told you at first, WeGoTrade is fully integrated with SAP Business One. So something very important to understand is that that integration will bring a very personalized expertise to your customer. So every night we receive on WeGoTrade directly from SAP Business One what we call data sync. So it's a lot of information about your customers, your products, your price list per customer. This is very important for the B2B processes. You want your customer to have access to only their product and their price lists. And it's the same thing with promotion. So we can have promotion specifically for each customer. So when they will log in, the customer will see its own products, price lists, promotion, and its own delivery schedule. So this is what we call the data sync. So every day we can receive those information from SAP Business One. And the integration is live for transactional information. For example, if you have a customer that would create a purchase order on WeGoTrade, or if you have your sales representative or delivery guy that create purchase order, we send those purchase order directly into SAP Business One. We have different scenario. We can, for example, receive the invoices generated within SAP Business One. So those invoices will be sent to WeGoTrade and available for your customer. And there is other scenario for the invoices. For example, you can have a delivery person that will go on the customer side. He will generate the purchase order, generate the invoice on WeGoTrade accordingly to the delivery. And then we will send that invoice to SAP Business One to sync both WeGoTrade and SAP Business One. And we have synchronization of payment advices as well. So if on WeGoTrade, a customer pay your invoice using WeGoTrade payment solution, you will have within SAP Business One a draft about that payment. So you will be able to, and I will show you in a few minutes, that draft will be about the payment of the specific invoice. So you don't have to create the payment transaction within SAP Business One from scratch. Every payment made online by your customer or every payment perception that your delivery guy will receive. For example, they can say using WeGoTrade that they collect some money or some checks from the customer directly. So they can use WeGoTrade to do payment perception, and we will generate the payment advice on SAP Business One. So it will be very efficient for your account receivable team to do every payment reconciliation. So from there, I will switch to an integrated demo of WeGoTrade. So let me switch to my other environment. So now I want to be sure that I still have my access to SAP. It looks like it's not online. So I will stop sharing my screen for a few minutes, and I will make sure that I have the access to SAP Business One. So now my access is good. I will share my screen with you. I just want to be sure that I have the, excuse me for the delay, it won't be long. It's a live, uh, not a live problem. Okay. So now you see my screen. I will switch to the web version of WeGoTrade. So here I am on the buyer version of WeGoTrade. So I explained earlier, there is a lot of data sync between WeGoTrade and SAP Business One. So let's say that I am a customer on WeGoTrade. I want to buy your product. So what I see here is all the information between that has been agreed between you and me. So at maybe the night before from SAP Business One, we'll receive within WeGoTrade all the information related to your customer. So the customer information, products information, price list for that specific customer, promotion, delivery schedule. So when your customer log on WeGoTrade, they will have access to their own information. So here I use the WeGoTrade marketplace. So you can see the WeGoTrade color and logo here. If I would be logged onto your own marketplace using WeGoTrade technology, you would have exactly the same functionality that I think between SAP Business One and your platform. And instead of WeGoTrade, you would have your own logo color, and you would have your own application within the App Store and Google Play Store. So let's say that, again, I am your customer. I am logged on WeGoTrade because I use the marketplace version of WeGoTrade, and I have access to the product I can buy. So I have here in the first section, I have the promotional section. I can see here in the header, I can have my orders. So I can have access to my orders. I can have access to my invoices. We will see the detail in a few minutes. I can have access to my payments as well. So, and here I can go directly to create my purchase order. Like you can see, I have the capability to first select the delivery date for which I can for which I want to create my purchase order. Let's say that I create a purchase order for Wednesday. So let me do something different for you. What we like to do is to have your customer use the mobile version of WeGoTrade. So let's say that instead of using the web version, your customer use WeGoTrade on their mobile phone, for example. So just to show you how it will look like on the application, I will do a simulation of a mobile phone on the browser. So let me just make that simulation here. So now, again, few seconds. So now what you see here is WeGoTrade, but as your customer will see using the WeGoTrade application. And again, it can be your own application if you use WeGoTrade as a white label solution. So I still have my section for promotion here, and I still have my section for to order your product directly. And I have in my menu here all the different sections, my orders, my invoices, my payments, my company as a customer. I can set my payment information. If I want to use credit card or bank transfer, I can set my bank account here. User management, as the owner of a restaurant or of a grocery store, I can use that functionality to create different user. And for each user, I can choose whether they are able to all create purchase order, receive invoices, do payments on WeGoTrade. So let's say that I go back here. I am within the interface where I can create a first purchase order. So maybe a word about the difference between what you see here and the real application. You will have with the application exactly what you see on the screen, but on the application, you will have one more functionality. Just beside the loop here, you will have a barcode picture. When you click on that barcode picture, that will activate the camera of your phone, and then you will be able to use your phone to use it as a barcode scanner. So as a retailer, as a delivery guy, as a sales rep, you can use your mobile phone, scan a product code, enter the quantity, scan a product code, enter the quantity. So it can be very efficient, and you can create a purchase order within 1 or 2 minutes using that functionality on WeGoTrade. So because I am doing a simulation of a mobile phone here, I don't have that functionality. So I will show you all the other functionality of WeGoTrade. So let's say that at first I want to create my purchase order. It's very efficient and easy to create a purchase order. So I just have to enter the quantity, and the quantity will go directly within the shopping cart. It's like your experience you have on the B2C world when you use Amazon, for example. So the very big advantage is that your customer won't need any training to use that platform to order your product directly. So I can see here that I have a red square around my product. It's because this product is on promotion. So I can find this product here within my promotional section, and I can find back those products here, and we put a red square around each promotional product. So I have the detail of the promotion. So I will order 6 of those Samsung TV. So let's say that I would like to, let's say that at first I would create a purchase order quickly. So I have entered a few quantity for a few products. Now I will go directly within the shopping cart. I can see the product I chose, the quantity, I can do modification, I can delete product, I can change the quantity and so on. Let's say that I'm fine with that. And then I transmit the order. So I have a message here saying that the process is successful. So I just have to remember the number here, 7165. So now WeGoTrade took that purchase order and push that purchase order directly into SAP Business One. So let me switch to another screen. So SAP Business One. So you certainly recognize that application. So from here, I am within the sales AR and the sales order. I can to have access to the last sales order. I would click on that icon. And then I can see that the purchase order just created within WeGoTrade is pushed directly into SAP Business One. So I can see the detail of the purchase order. So it's very interesting because you don't have to have many people on the phone to take your order. You can have your sales rep to, instead of having to go on site, taking the purchase order, maybe they can ask their give the liberty to the customer to order online. And then when they will meet their customer, it will be much more efficient for them. They won't only take purchase order or do inventory check. They will be able to have very interesting discussion about promotion, about product, about how to grow the business you have together. So let's see, you have your purchase order directly into SAP Business One. Now, let's say that you have done the delivery, and within SAP Business One, you have created the invoice. So we have configured the environment within SAP Business One for the demo. When we receive the purchase order within SAP Business One, we generate the invoice automatically. So if I want to go back to WeGoTrade, I will see that if I go to my orders, the orders 7105 here, I can see the detail of the order I just created. And I remember that I saw that order on WeGoTrade. And SAP Business One just created the invoice and sent that invoice to WeGoTrade. So I can see my purchase order here, and I can see the related invoice here. So I can have access to that invoice. And now I have the detail of the invoice I have directly received from SAP Business One. So if I, just to show you the related invoice, so I can see here the transaction number within WeGoTrade. And if I go back to SAP, so now if I'm going to AR invoice, I will close this one. And from here, I will go to the last invoice. So this is the invoice that has been automatically created on SAP Business One. And I can see that that invoice is the invoice that is now on WeGoTrade available for your customer. So from here, your customer can pay the invoice. So let's say that your customer want to pay the invoice. They just have to click on the pay button. But before I do that, I will show you how I can have my invoices history. So within WeGoTrade, I can see all the invoices I have to pay. I can see all the invoices I already paid. And then I will go back to the invoices I want to pay. I can see all the invoices. I can see all the overdue. and the invoices that should be paid within 0 to 7 days and so on. So let's say now that I want to pay that invoice. I just have to click on the pay button here. And because I chose that invoice, I already have that invoice selected here, and I can choose to pay other unpaid invoice at the same time. So let's say that I'm a good customer, I want to pay few more invoice. So when your customer will do a payment the first time, he will have to choose if he wants to pay using credit card. So he will have to configure his credit card on WeGoTrade, or if he wants to pay using a bank account, so a bank transfer, he will have to configure its bank account on WeGoTrade. And on your side, you can choose which customer can pay and how they can pay. So you can choose for different customer. Maybe this customer can use only credit card, or that customer can use credit card and bank transfer, or all your customer can use only bank transfer. So you have the capability to do configuration for all your customer, and it can be different per customer. So let's say here I am still in the demo environment. So I want to do the payment. I want to send a transaction to the bank network. But let's say that I am the customer. I have already configured a payment. So I would choose here bank transfer, and I would only have to click pay, and then the transaction would be sent directly into the bank network. So where the money will of that payment will be taken from your customer account and will be deposited directly into your bank account. It's the same thing for payment using credit card. We have a partnership, a credit card processor, and then we will send that credit card information, payment information to the credit card processor, and then you will receive the money directly within your account. So this is quite simple. This is usually a B2C process, but using WeGoTrade, you are now able to offer your customer to pay you online using credit card or bank transfer. So I will talk to you a little bit more about the functionality in few minutes, but I will continue with the demo before I talk any more about payment functionality. So let me see, is there somewhere I can see how many times I still have. No, I don't see that information here. Okay, so I will continue now with advanced functionality. Let's say that now what I want to do is I want to log on WeGoTrade. I have shown you how to create a purchase order or to receive an invoice on WeGoTrade, everything integrated to SAP Business One. Maybe something I didn't show you is you saw that I have received a purchase order. The invoices has been created on SAP and then sent to WeGoTrade, and I have just made a payment. I didn't complete the payment on WeGoTrade because I am on a demo environment. But what I can show you is how it will look like within SAP when you will receive a payment. So uh, let me go here and bank payment draft report. Okay, so when one of your customer will create purchase order, excuse me, I have a problem here. It will take only a few seconds. Okay, sorry for that. So What I want to show you here is how you will receive payment advice within WeGoTrade. So when you will have your customer to pay online, or when you will have your delivery guy using the delivery module, uh, your delivery guy is able to do payment perception by cash or by check, for example. So they can use WeGoTrade to do that payment perception. So when your customer will pay online, or when your delivery guy will do payment perception on WeGoTrade, we will send directly into SAP Business One a payment draft. So that will give the detail about the invoice and that has been paid. And then because it's a draft, you will have the capability to check your bank account. And once you have validated that you received the money, you can use that draft. You can see here the information. So the payment that has been, oh, excuse me, I'm not a, it's payment draft report. Here, if I choose, for example, this draft, I can have access to the draft. So it looks like I have maybe a challenge with the link to SAP. This is the demo environment, maybe. Let me check again. Okay. Sorry for that. Okay, now I have the detail of, I'm not the SAP Business One expert guy from Forgestic, or not me. Here, I can see that I have the draft information about the payment. So your people within the accounting department can take the draft and confirm the transaction. So it will be much more efficient to receive and do the payment conciliation with your bank account. So you can imagine that you using the full process, purchase order, invoices, and payment on WeGoTrade, you will optimize the processes. You will save time for your sales department. You will save time for the delivery department. You will save time for your accounting department as well. So WeGoTrade can bring all those benefits because you will be linked directly to SAP Business One. And how that integration between WeGoTrade and SAP Business One has been developed in collaboration with Forgestic. So Forgestic is the real specialist for SAP Business One, and we are the specialists for supply chain management and optimization. So bringing our expertise together, that's what we offer you. We offer a complete integration between WeGoTrade and SAP Business One. So from here, let me go back to my screen here, to my WeGoTrade presentation. So here, I would go back to the main screen. So because within the main screen here, I have some publicity here. It can be publicity from the WeGoTrade marketplace. And if you use WeGoTrade as a white label version, you can manage your own this section by yourself. And I can see my next delivery date. I can see the deadline because I have received that information from SAP as well. So now I will show you some more advanced functionality to help me to do business as a customer with your company. So I have here my next delivery date. I have the deadline, so Friday before 3 p.m. If I didn't create a purchase order before the deadline, WeGoTrade will send it to the customer a reminder saying, for example, that they are having only 2 hours left before the deadline to create the purchase order for the next delivery date. So If I go back here, some more functionality to facilitate the use by your customer. You can see that I have a star here. It's used to specify which are my preferred products. So let's say that I use your customer portal for the first time. The first thing maybe I would like to do is to identify my preferred product. So you see that this product is selected. This one is not. Let's say that this one is not really a preferred product. So I can choose which product I want to be part of that list. And if I use that preferred product filter just here at the bottom, I will see only my 7 products being part of my preferred products. So for me, it's kind of a list of product I don't want to forget when I will create my purchase order for your company. I have another option here, promotion. I have another filter. So I have all the promotion here, but maybe I want to apply the filter and see the detail of only products being on promotion. So I can see here, and then I can use maybe both filter. I can see within those promotion, which are my preferred products. So I can see that 3 of my preferred products are on promotion. So from here, maybe some more functionality. I can change the sequence as your customer, as a retailer. I can change the sequence of the products I will see within the marketplace. So let's say that usually when I go through my warehouse or my store, the first product I see is the computer monitor. So I want that product to appear as first in the list. So maybe this product I would like this product to be second. So I can move products around. And when I will create a purchase order, I just have to click on preferred. And then I go through my warehouse, I go through my store, and I will find the products much more easily on WeGoTrade. So it will take me maybe only a few minutes to maybe 2 minutes to create a purchase order. And something very interesting is that I can ask my employee to create a purchase order for him. It will be very easy because he just have to use my preferred product. He will find the product in the good sequence. So it will be very easy for everybody to create a purchase order. So let's see some more functionality. I can click on the I information. I can have the detailed description and so on. All those details are coming from SAP directly. I can, at the same time, have a zoom only on the picture of the product. For some product, you can even link the PDF file. So if I will have, let's say, a user manual I want to link to each product, you would be able to link a PDF file to each product, and then I would have a link here for a PDF file that I could read online. Now let's take a look at this option here, that pad here, that show me the order history of that specific product. So I can choose order history within 7 days, 30 days, 90 days. So I am in the demo environment. You can see that we have created a few purchase order within the last days just to be sure of the connection. So usually you would have a very interesting graph showing you what is the purchase trend for that specific product, let's say for the last 90 days, for example. So we can use the inventory target management functionality to be able to do order recommendation. It will be a pleasure to discuss with you about that functionality, but I won't do that in the demo today. Let's say now that you saw the different functionality, as your customer, like you saw, I can see my purchase order history. I can have access to my invoices, to my payment information as well. So I can see all the detail of the payment that I made on WeGoTrade, or even the payment that has been done when I gave it cash to your DSD guy, for example. All the detail of information of the payment will be available on WeGoTrade as well. Maybe only one more quick functionality. Let's say that I want to create a purchase order. Something very interesting is that I can recall within the shopping cart my previous purchase order. So I just have to click on this button here, and then I have here a message saying that all the products and quantity from the last purchase order will be put on within the shopping cart. So I confirm, and then I have a copy of my last purchase order within the shopping cart. So because most of the time, company will buy the same products, maybe different quantity. I just have to call my last purchase order, and I can access directly within the shopping cart to change the quantity. Maybe from my previous order, I would like to add another product, excuse me. So I just have to go back there, and then I enter the quantity, and from there I can go directly to the shopping cart, and then I can transmit the order. So it can be very efficient for your customer to do all the process with you. So purchase order, invoice, and payment. So from here, what I will do, and I will try to see. I would like to know how many time I still have for the presentation. So let me see here. Maybe Valerie, you can send me a chat information just to tell me how many time I have left for the presentation. So now, okay, I have maybe 5 minutes left. So what I will do from here, I will keep some time to respond to your question. So what we have seen so far is the complete integration between WeGoTrade and SAP Business One. We have a lot of more advanced functionality. Maybe just some words about our last innovation is the payment reception that can be done automatically. So when you have invoices within SAP Business One, let's say that we receive invoice on WeGoTrade with a 7 days payment term. Instead of waiting for your customer to send a check or to do a bank transfer, we can automate the payment. So if your customer configure payment using bank transfer, on the 7th day, we will generate a payment transaction, and when we send the payment information directly to the bank network, or it can be done using a credit card as well. So you won't have to wait anymore for your customer to pay you invoice, and you will increase your cash flow, and all the process on your account receivable team will be much more efficient. So this is one of the latest functionality on WeGoTrade, and I would like to have your comment on that. So my goal would be to have a discussion with you, so we can take a look at what is your processes, how you use SAP Business One. Is WeGoTrade a good solution for you to optimize all the relationship, the document transfer, and the processes between you and your customer, your sales rep, your account receivable department, your delivery guy, and so on? Because WeGoTrade, like you understood, it's a complete platform to bring all the stakeholders on the same platform to collaborate. So from here, I will stop sharing my screen. So, and now I will have a few minutes to answer to your question. It has been a pleasure. And I will make sure that you have access to my presentation and you will have my contact information. So do not hesitate to contact me at any time. It would be a pleasure to continue our discussion. Thank you.